Hold on, guys. Damn earrings. Hey, Arlene. Hey, Berna. Hey, Bernadine. Blue chips, guacamole. As a matter of fact, I'm on YouTube and Facebook. So let me put in my link for Facebook, just in case you guys want to come over. Copy. Hey, guys. Good morning. Here's the YouTube link for the YouTube. I'm streaming from both right now. I don't know for how long, but for now I am. Hey, Kimmy, Kim, Patrice, all my Facebook people. Trish, Kimberly. Hey, honey child, sister girl. Stop throwing sugar on shit and keep it a buck. You feel like I'm throwing sugar on you, honey? You must be the shit if you're saying stop throwing sugar on shit and keep it a buck. You must be the shit I'm throwing this sugar on. That's what I call self, self, what do you call it, reflection? Kimberly, you're allowed to be here, but you got to be respectful, dear. Don't be so angry and hostile. Doesn't make any point. Doesn't make any sense to be angry and hostile. Thank you, Patrice, right? Why are these people so angry? Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Rika, happy time. I think my guacamole needs more salt. Blue chip and guacamole. Crystal, you see me, right? Mm-mm. This is my bowl. I don't eat Chipotle stuff. I make way better guacamole. Mm-mm. Hey, Letty. Good morning. Hey, Dexter. I need you to go on both pages. Oh, okay. You're still here listening. Okay, don't go to both pages. We want you to go. We want you to get where you're going safe. Good morning. I have Facebook right here. For those of you who want to come over to YouTube, the link is there. I don't know, Kathy. People are angry. My guacamole. And my watermelon water. I'm starting a new day. This is the first attempt. Don't hold me to the next attempt. Okay, this is baby steps. Hi, Penny. Cassandra, Cheryl, my girl. Thank you, Cheryl. Now I know my caption on Facebook is a little bit raw because I call people simpletons and say come to the front. But let's define simpleton, okay? A simpleton, it says a simpleton is an idiot, a person without much common sense or intelligence. Let's see what an idiot is. An idiot is a person who lacks intelligence or common sense rather than education. So I think I've spoken correctly on those terms. You can juice it. It's good juice. Hey, Wanda. Kimmy Kim said, how about you join her panel at Kimberly since you feel some type of way? If not, you can exit with the BS because clearly you don't have no damn clue what the F you are talking about. That's it. Kimmy Kim said that on YouTube, guys. Thanks, Dexter. Oh, they have these in Walmart. They have these in Walmart. You know where they have them at? They have them by the fruit and vegetable aisle at the end where they be having all those organic drinks and all those special name drinks that be sort of in the same refrigerator, not in the refrigerator, but out in the open with the at the end of the vegetable aisle where they have lettuce and tomatoes. At the end of that, where you see all of those bottles and that little refrigerator thing, that's where they have watermelon juice in Walmart. Hey, Garetha. Hello, hello. I did enjoy my visit with my mom. I absolutely did. She was having something done and she needed my support, and I'm always there for my family. I love my family. I love my mom. I love my parents. Sandra said, good morning, Nina. It's good seeing you. I really enjoyed your content. Love it. Take care. Have an amazing day. You and life. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And if y'all can come on our panel correct with then exit. If y'all can't come on panel correct, then exit with all that nonsense. It's too damn early. Right. And you know what? I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna be positive because you guys don't understand how many. If you guys look at my comments on YouTube, you'll see so many people saying how biased I am, as if it's a bad thing. I get messages about me being biased and how is a life coach. So therefore, I'm not a life coach because I'm biased and this and that about a life coach and being biased. And if I'm a life coach, I shouldn't have anything bad to say. If I'm a life coach, I shouldn't say a bad word, which I rarely say any bad words. You guys know I don't cuss, right? But I managed to get a few out that I can swallow, like the SHIT word, When it's called for, I'll say it, and I don't even feel comfortable saying it, but I still say it. Okay. And I use the A word with a Z. So anyway, and so I just want to I just want to break down this bias thing and how being a life coach, how I can be a life coach and also be biased. That's what I want to break down, and it's going to be interesting because even for my people who follow me, who support me, not follow me, support me. I wish Facebook would and YouTube would change that narrative about followers. I wish they would put it to supporters, like permanently put it to supporters and not followers. That's crazy. You said before I came on live, I was going to make me some guacamole. Janine says, hello, beautiful. How are you? Check your inbox. Me and my husband is celebrating 20 years of marriage. Congratulations, Jeannie. for 20 years of marriage, and I will check my inbox. Hi, Angela Isaac. Again, guys, I'm on Facebook and YouTube. If you guys come up to YouTube, that'll be good, but you can stay where you're at for right now. Happy hump day, Arlene. Patricia Lena is definitely my night coach. Keep in mind, she's not perfect. I'm damn sure ain't. Actually, I'm imperfectly perfect. I'm made imperfect as I should. Yes, absolutely. And so, hold your mule. I want some more of this, but I don't feel like eating it right now. And them onions and garlic smell now. So hold on, and I'm gonna get right to it, guys. Okay. Now, getting to this life coach and being biased. Okay. It seems like every now and again, every couple of months, I have to address this particular topic because people just really don't get it. And once I'm done with this live, you guys are going to have a better understanding. The people who support me and the people who don't, you're going to have a better understanding what being biased is, because I know we all have a certain narrative about what being biased is. And I'm going to explain to you that it's more than one thing. Being biased is not just being biased, or the word bias, or bias, or biased with a D. Hello, I'm trying to put this phone in a way where I can see you guys both. Biased with a D. That's right, Nicole Love. Hey, honey, chow. Okay, so being biased, whether you're biased or biased, or bias, but with the D, biased or bias. That's just the umbrella, guys. That's an umbrella for so many different things, but we use it so loosely as if it only means one thing. And when I'm done with this live, you guys are gonna understand. You got all of you, unless some of you know what I'm talking about. All Most of you are going to have a broader understanding about what being biased really is, or unbiased really is. Okay, you're going to have a broader understanding. Good afternoon. Continue to do what you're doing. Only the messy things messy about others. You are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Nicole, she's on YouTube. Hey, guys. Okay, so I'm hoping to give you guys clarity. You know, I'm a clarity coach, right? I got clarity courses on my website, lenacrespo.com. I believe they're like 197 or 157 or something like that, or 167 for a clarity course. So I'm always giving clarity. And this is one of those free clarity sessions I'm going to give you guys, right? It's not actually a session, it's not coaching. But the first, before I get into any of that, let me just say something. All on my YouTube and in my inbox and the lives that I do, people are always saying how a life coach is supposed to be biased, right? Number one, when I am doing these live panels, I am not coaching. I don't know how many people I have to say that to. If you guys look at my YouTube comments, I say it to so many people. Like, this was not a coaching session. 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 Because what I did is, a life coach is supposed to be, unbiased. You're so biased, and a life coach should do this, and a life coach should do that. Let me clear that up. None of you guys, all the people who are complaining or telling me what a life coach should be doing, none of you have never met a life coach, let alone are able to afford a life coach. Okay? Let me say that again. None of you have never met a life coach, I'm sure of it. And none of you, more than likely, cannot afford a life coach. So you have no ground to tell me how I should be acting online, or what I should be saying, or what I shouldn't be saying. Because that's the same thing as saying, oh, because you're a nurse, you shouldn't be using the F-bomb. Because you're a psychiatrist, you shouldn't be calling people. You shouldn't be doing that. Because you're a doctor, you shouldn't be using, or I don't know, talking about Apple, or talking about, I don't know, whatever it is. Like, we put profession in front of the person, and then use their profession against them as if it's a bad thing, as if they're not supposed to be human. I'm supposed to be a life coach 24 hours a day. I'm supposed to be a life coach for free. I'm supposed to be on my panel. And by the way, I do give a lot of free coaching sessions. You guys already know that I give a lot of free coaching sessions. I give a lot of ebooks away for free. I give a lot of gems away for free. Okay? But that's not coaching. That's me being generous with my gifts of wisdom, is what that is, right? So people put a profession in front of the human and say you're supposed to be this. A police officer is supposed to be a police officer day and night in his sleep. A judge is supposed to be a judge day and night. A nurse is supposed to be a nurse day and night. A teacher is supposed to be a teacher day and night. No room for human nothing. And that doesn't make any damn sense. Just saying. Thank you, Wanda, for 50 stars. Somebody else sent me 50 stars. It looks like Debbie's picture. I'm not sure, but the other person, matter of fact, let me see. Yes, Debbie also sent me 50 stars. I appreciate it. And so that's the distortion. Thinking that because someone has a profession or a career, that they're supposed to operate in that career all the time. All the time. Now, fortunately, when it comes to my career, being a mindset coach, life coach, my niche that I operate in, which is human and spiritual psychology, that serves me on and off the books. Because me becoming a life coach, becoming a mindset transformation and empowerment coach, that wisdom was acquired. That's wisdom that I acquired. I didn't learn that, I acquired that. And so that's a belief system that I have on and off, right? But it's human first. Right, Tara. And so I am human. But let me just say, coaching, for you guys who keep on throwing coaching in my face, coaching is an umbrella for many different things. Just because I'm a life coach, am I a fitness coach? No. Am I a business coach? Sometimes, but that's not my niche. But because I understand business, I have coached businesses before. Am I a maternity and delivery coach? No. Am I I don't know. There's so many coaching. A health coach? No. A nutrition coach? No. There's like 1,000 different niches. So whatever you're coaching in, I mean, life coach is just an umbrella. And you have all these different areas. So because I'm a life coach, don't make me all those areas, right? Now I do have 7 certifications. Read them. I'm a positive psychology coach, certified transformation coach. What does that mean? Solution focused coach, which means I come with solutions. You guys know I come with solutions. Mindset coach, and I got a couple other back there. Then I have a main life coach certification, which is a bigger certificate, which is the umbrella for all the other certifications that I have. Right. And so if you guys want to come over to YouTube, the link is there. Matter of fact, let me put it in there again, just in case. You guys get hold on. There. Oops. All right. So I'm a life coach, but I operate in my specific niche. Hello. I operate in my specific niche. You know, this is my specific niche. Okay. But when I'm coaching, I'm coaching. If I decide to give away free coaching, I give it away. For the most part, I get paid for my coaching. I have group coachings. I teach coaches how to become Coach Pro. That's my CoachProCEO.com website. And I also, wait. I have coaching. I have the business coaching. Hold on a minute. I just lost my train of thought. I have my business coaching. I forgot what I was about to say. Just that quick. But in any case, I operate within my niche, within my profession. Okay. And I give coaching away for free, but for mostly I get paid for it. Okay. And that's what I was going to say. I get paid for my Coach Pro CEO, teaching coaches how to become coaches. If you guys don't believe me, go to www.coachproceo.com. I give courses. I sell courses for coaches to perfect their niche, coaches who are just coming into coaching. And I'm currently being certified to open up my coaching school where I will be teaching, where I will be able to certify coaches, legally certify them. Okay. And then I have my coaching practice. Okay. Where I do coaching for marriages. I mean, as a relationship coach. Right. But I give away a lot of coaching, but I primarily get paid for my coaching, and I do my group coaching, like I said before. So, thank you. So, looking at this, I'm both until you drop Facebook. Okay, Janelle. And so, when I am online, I am not coaching. Now, I do sometimes post some of my coaching sessions online. I block out my client's face, and I will post a clip from my coaching session with permission from my clients. Okay. But when I'm doing these panels, I do not coach, but I do use my expertise and my wisdom to help guide people and to give you guys information. All right. So you have all those different levels of coaching. All right. Now, when it comes to being biased, let me explain what bias is. Bias, like life coaching, is the same umbrella. Bias is not one thing. You're not biased or unbiased. It's not that. It's no black and white with coaching, and it's no black and white with bias. So when people say bias, they're saying, "Oh, you're on that side. You're choosing the side instead of staying in the middle," as if in certain situations you can be in the middle. No, no. Whenever you stand for something, you stand against something else. That's being biased. Whenever you stand for something, you stand against something else. Am I right? And in most cases, we can't help but to be biased, right? Now, when I'm in my coaching and I'm coaching a couple on their marriage, then I'm unbiased. You know why? Because what they do have no bearing on me. I am there to guide them. I am there to assist them. I am there to help them reach their goals, whether it be them staying together or them separating. But either way, I am there to assist them making a well-informed, thought-out decision in a healthy way. All right, that's what I do. I don't need to be biased with that. I'm completely unbiased because what I'm coaching on is their ability to handle life and how it affects them. So it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the public. It has everything to do with them. I'm completely unbiased. When it comes to coaching on a mindset, again, I am biased but unbiased. And let me explain that. Because even when it comes to mindset coaching, I coach from a metaphysical perspective, a spiritual perspective. Okay. So my beliefs are my beliefs, right? My beliefs are my beliefs. Okay. And I'm not talking about my personal beliefs. I'm talking about my general beliefs about how life works, about what you think about, you bring about, what you resist persists. All those things that work in nature in our life that we see every day that applies to every human being, whether you like it or not. But I'm skilled at showing people how their belief system affects their experiences that they're having in this life. And I help them shift that. But because of my knowledge, that makes me biased, right? Now I'm unbiased from the perspective that whether they do the work or not, that's not on me. It's not going to affect me. I'm not going to fight for it. I don't care either way or the other. They don't care. I don't care. So I'm biased from that. I'm unbiased from that perspective. But I'm biased in my belief, right? So when you talk about being biased, let's unravel that. All right, let's dissect that. Okay, like I said, bias is a whole umbrella for so many different things. There are over 180, I think 180, between 180 and 200 biases. Right? You got social bias. You have personal bias. Okay, you have social and you have personal. Okay, social biases are discriminating, culture bias, religion-based bias. You guys are on one side or the other. Either you're on in the in light of politics, you're either on one side or the other, or some of you guys are on the fence. Where on the fence, not fence, fence where you believe here, but you agree with some things there. You know what I mean? But either way, they're biased. Okay, gender bias. People prefer to be with a certain gender or to have a certain gender as a child. There's sexual biases, meaning that I prefer a woman over a man. You prefer a man over a woman. Hello, Teresa. Right? Hi, Daphne. There's age and body biases where you prefer a specific age, a particular age group or age range in relationships. You have an idea of a person of where they're at emotionally or mentally based on their age. You have bias, body biases where you prefer a specific body type. Nicole said, I'm tired of people in there shy by your ass away from people. Hello, Teresa. Right? So everyone in the world is biased because again, when you stand for something, you stand against something, right? So and the way that I'm biased when it comes to Chef Carmen or all this drama or all this bullying that I perceive as cyberbullying and harassment, I am extremely biased. Why? Because it's a social issue. It affects me. It not only affects me, it hurts me, right? It hurts people and it will potentially one day hurt my grandkids. That's a social issue. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you. I am on YouTube, guys. So me being biased when it comes to this situation of bullying, I am biased. I should never be unbiased when it comes to something that I truly want to stand up for. And here's the thing. I stand up for what is right. And you know how I know it's right? Because it doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't hurt anyone. In fact, it uplifts and it supports and it loves people. That's the difference. That's the difference. When they say that they are standing up for right, that is wrong because what they're doing is hurting people. So it can't be right. Now, if you are like how Ari says, I'm an activist and got something for you, Ari. You guys follow me on YouTube. Matter of fact, I'll put up the post because I'm gonna do a special live just for her. Okay, I don't want to get into it now, but you can two people grind my gears. Okay, BL and Ari. Okay. Anyway, getting back on track. Okay, getting back on track. I gotta fix my mind. So the other side, when they say that they are on the side of right, that's wrong. Because the only way that you, hey, my penny money, the only way that you can say that you are doing right, you're on the side of right, is if whatever you're doing does not hurt anyone intentionally. Now, sometimes the truth hurt. Sometimes the truth hurt. Okay. So when you're telling truth and it hurts a person, that's different. But when you're picking at someone and you're slandering their name and you're slandering their character and you're calling them names and you're picking apart every single situation in their life and you're picking people, you're picking apart and slandering the people that are in support of a person because you don't like them, you're not on the right side. You are being biased. And it's not the right, because right and love does not hurt. Truth hurts sometimes. Okay? But love does not hurt like that. Love does not pick people apart when they wake up in the morning. Every single thing that they do is wrong. Love does not make fun of people's physical attributes. You know? Look how many times they say, oh, Lena don't got a neck. No, tell Ari to find her neck first, and then I'll find mine. Matter of fact, let me get off of that because you guys see, I get riled up. Let me get off. I descended, guys. Now I'm going back up. I'm sorry. That's me being human. That's me being human. And it's not that I hate anybody. I just become disgusted by people who have families and who have so much potential to do so much good, and they turn it around and they do something else with that. But that's okay. That's their life. It's not even that I'm attached to. It's just that I'm attached to people, to outcomes of people who hurt people. When you're hurting someone intentionally, that hurts me. You know why? Because we're all one, good, bad, and different. All of us are one. All of us belong to the same exact source. All of us belong to the same exact energy. So when you tear somebody else down, we're tearing ourselves down. Right. If you're truly activist, then you will have more than one person on your damn platform. We're going to get into that later. I'm going to do a specific live just for that. I want to stay focused on this bias and unbiased stuff. Okay. So, so you have your, your social biases. Being bullied or bullying or harassment, that's a social bias. And that's the whole reason for me being here. And it's not just for Chef and Taste, for anyone on the internet. Anyone on the internet. And you guys may be saying, oh, why don't you have other people on your thing? I stick up for a lot of people or outside of my platform. I have stuck up for Shamar. I have stuck up for Maybay and a couple other people. Now, can I serve everybody at one time? No. Jeff Carmen happens to be the main topic right now. And so, yes, because I work with her, because I'm friends with her, of course, a lot of my attention is going to go there. But it's not just for her. It's for everyone. No one should be slandered or bullied to the degree that any of us are. You know what I'm saying? No one. Oh, okay. Okay. Cynthia. Right. Oh my gosh. So, and then you have your personal biases. And I have my little sheet that I have wrote down myself, so I won't forget it. You have your personal biases, like belief biases. Okay. So we're all biased. We all have certain beliefs. Thank you so much, Matrice, for 100 stars. We have social beliefs. I mean, personal beliefs, right? We have personal beliefs, all right? Negative and positive. We have self-serving biases, right? Which means that failure, a person that has a self-serving bias is a person that believes that their failures are due to some external factors. Meanwhile, they take personal responsibility for their successes. That's a self-serving bias, right? So we all have different biases. It just depends on the situation, whether it's personal or whether it's social, right? We have negative biases where people are drawn or more prone to lean towards the negative sides of things and let negative things distort their truth or blind them from what's really happening. You see what I'm saying? I'm a positive based bias person. Okay, because I believe that there is more good in the world than there is bad. A lot of people think that the world is going to crap. I don't. A lot of people think that everything in the world is bad. I don't. I believe that everything works together for good. Therefore, everything is good, big, good, bad, or indifferent. Right? And I believe that our personal biases, oh, it's a Star Party activate. I believe our personal biases drive us to fight and to fight for things that that hurt us or that affect us on a personal level and even on a social level. Because in order for things to change, something has to be done about it. You know, Martin Luther King was biased. Had he not been and sat on the fence like a lot of them damn people are suggesting that I do, then there'll be no change in the world. If everybody just sat back and said, well, yeah, you're right and you're right. Okay. Who would fight for anything? Who would fight for anything? How would anything in this world change if that's what we do? So for them to keep telling me that I am biased as a life coach and therefore I'm not a life coach because I'm biased, you need to look up the word bias. There are so many definitions under that. That's an umbrella for making a choice or standing for or against something. So in my coaching practices, if you're a married couple, I am totally unbiased because what you do does not hurt me, it hurts you. And it's up to you to change. But if you're going to be a bully and you're going to slander and destroy people for no reason, now, if you're one person or two people, even five people, I can stand back and say, okay, she got that. She can. When you got thousands and tens of thousands of people bullying, that's a different issue. Somebody needs to stand up for people sometime. If I see a child being mistreated, am I supposed to be unbiased? Am I supposed to be unbiased if I see a child being mistreated? Because it's funny how you guys can pick and choose in what area of life I should be biased. And then you go, oh, no, that's different. It's not different. It's not different. Whether a child is being picked on or an adult is being picked on or being harmed, I still have to choose a side. Now, the only way that I'll straddle the fence is when I don't give a damn about what happened. Self-serving bias. And I'm not self-serving. So I can never sit on the fence and claim to be great when it comes to things that destroy other people. Chiquita, hey, Chiquita said, Matrice, that's ridiculous. They talk all this crap. Keep going up on this Facebook, but would dare try it on the street. Oh, would never. Hey, Lily. Right. So when I see people talking about how I'm not a life coach because I'm biased, because I'm choosing sides, I'm absolutely choosing a side. I'm choosing a side of right. And how do I know it's right? Because I'm offering support to a person that's in desperate need of it. I'm offering help to a person that needs it. What I have to bring to the table or to someone's life uplifts them, supports them. It brings good. It brings value. The other side, which is also biased, but you're operating on the side of the wrong. And how do you know it's wrong? Again, because what you're doing is hurting someone. You're saying, no, I'm going to expose them. Well, expose. But why do you have to make fun of while you're exposing? Why do you have to pick and harass people every single day? If what you say is true about exposing someone, why don't you expose that? What does hairlines and teeth and wigs and necks and bodies and all of that have to do with any of it? That is bullying. That is tearing people down. Hey, Lisa. Honey child. That is tearing people down. That's not the same thing, guys. That's not the same thing. Right. You taught your daughter to stand up for anyone that's being bullied. Absolutely. I'm okay with people choosing another side. I'm okay if you're really standing up for something. If you think someone has done a crime, stand up for it. Stand up for it. But that should be all you should be talking about. You shouldn't be mentioning nobody's lives. You shouldn't be mentioning nobody's life. You shouldn't be mentioning how somebody woke up on the underside of bed. You shouldn't be mentioning what somebody wears their clothes. You shouldn't be mentioning what somebody buys with their money. You shouldn't be mentioning what they're eating. You shouldn't be making fun and making a mockery out of people's health conditions. Those are all on the side of bullying. And that's wrong. And why is it wrong? Because it hurts people. Now, is it needed and necessary? Yes. You know me, I don't, there's purpose and pain. Nothing on this earth is wasted. What people intend for harm, God turns around for good. So while you're trying to harm somebody, the person that you're trying to harm is being developed in her character through that harm. Her strength is being strengthened. Her endurance, her patience is being patient. That doesn't make any sense. You guys know what I mean. Her faith is being stronger. Why? Because she has to persevere through all of that. So all that damage is going to serve her no matter what. And it's going to serve all of us for good. You know? Now, should it not be there? I don't believe that evil shouldn't be in this world. I think we need evil in order to grow. I think that we cannot even transform or transcend and get higher in this life without crisis. Crisis teaches us how to be. Crisis leads us to growth. You know what I mean? It's things like that, like what's happening now with these bullies, that will pave the way for our children and our grandchildren to have a safer experience on social media later on. And if everything is just peaches and cream in this world, then we have no reason to be here. We could have stayed where we was with God. You know what I'm saying? But if my passion or my desire for good leads me to protect someone who I feel who has been unjustly accused of something on a massive scale of tens of thousands of people, then that's a fight that I'm willing to get in, because that's a social bias. And I'm allowed to have social biases. Everyone in this world have a social bias. You either for something or you're against it. You're either for this side of political party or you're against it. I'm not for either one, because I don't deal with politics. Yeah, I have to operate under their law, but I don't allow them to dictate my life. I'm going to succeed and do what I got to do despite any kind of politics. I don't get involved in it. Well, I did with Obama because I was historical, but I don't get involved. But I don't get personally involved in that stuff. Those things don't matter to me. Fallen Angel says, Lena, you are protecting a person, people, because you are against bullying. Why aren't you protecting Rico? Why would I protect Rico? If you're protecting him, that's your job to protect him. How can I protect him? See, that's me being unbiased on that level. He get to choose he get to choose whatever he wants to do in life. Why would I need to protect him? And who said that he needs protecting? You or those people you're listening to? Why don't you ask Ari and all of them if they're so for social justice and activism? Why don't you ask them why don't they have more than Chef Carmen and Tay and me and me on their damn platform? Why aren't they protecting all the people? Why has Carmen been the subject for the last 2 years? Ask them first, then come over here and ask me the question. I hope I answered your question. Fallen angel who have obviously fallen into the pits of who knows what. Thank you. But this is, and you know what, guys, this is really not about Rico, Carmen, Tay. It's not about any of it. It's about me. It's about me addressing all of those statements out there or judgments about me not being a life coach because I'm biased. That's totally wrong. I see defense when it comes to Chef and Tay. They don't start to live a mess. Right. Well, you know what, Terrell? Terrell says on Facebook, why do you guys attack people who ask a simple question? That's not an attack. That's answering. First of all, in your question, you're being presumptuous. That's very presumptuous. And if you feel attacked because someone is responding, then that's just your perception. That doesn't mean that you're actually being attacked. That's a belief bias that I was just talking about. Okay. Yeah, so then you have negative biases, which allow negative things to disproportionately influence your thinking. Okay. So the point is that there's many different biases. So when you guys see me on this daggone platform and you see that I'm standing up, whether it be for anyone, I'm saying myself or Lisa, anyone. It doesn't make me not a life coach. It means that I stand for something. I stand for something. None of you guys, no one on this page, I'm going to get to that. No one on this page can go down my timeline and see me make anybody for fun. You can't. I stand for anti-bullying, but you will never see me bullying anyone on this platform. You will never see a constant thread of me attacking people and talking about people and making fun of them, whether they got good clothes, bad clothes, good hair, bad hair, wigs, no wigs, makeup, lip gloss, eyelashes, teeth, eyes, lips, nothing. I don't do that because that falls in the line of bullying. And like I said, I will be able to respect people if they just stuck to what they are claiming that they're sticking to. They're using these activists and all this whole standing up for right bull crap as a guise to cover their bullying. Because you still have to explain all that other behavior outside of what you believe. What is all that other behavior on your timelines? What is that? What are all those sideways accusations on your timeline? Thank you, Debbie Kramer, for a super stick. I appreciate it. And you guys, the best way to support me is to become a member, $4.99 a month here on Facebook and also YouTube. Where's she at? And you're passive aggressive. The response is an aggressive defensive response with a heart. Spiritual and human psychology here. Fallen angel who have clearly fallen. If you think I'm a fall for that statement with a heart on it, that's passive aggressive. And it's aggressive according to your perception. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean it is what it is. Don't always believe your thoughts. I teach my clients that. I train myself that. When I'm thinking something, doesn't always mean it's true. Okay? So say what you will, dear. Cindy Butch said investigators know what questions to ask Rico. Right. And when they trace it all back to these haters' platforms and see that these people have been targeting this one person for over 2 damn years, they're going to see the source of these people anger, and it has nothing to do with him or anything else, just their hate for Tay. And so all of that will work itself out. But I don't want to make this about them. Chef Carmen clearly said that she wants to move on and she's trying not to discuss or respond to anything, and she says but to be honest with you, Carmen didn't ask us to fight, so she can't tell us not to fight, right? And plus, if I was to stop, that would imply that she's paying me to stop, right? And that's just not true. But whatever I speak about is definitely going to be for anti-bullying. I'm going to always be on this side. Because it's not just Carmen and Tay, it's everybody else. And if this can happen, if Carmen and Tay can be an example, of what can happen to people who do this, who express this type of behavior online, then other people will have a better experience in the future on social media. So I'm looking for the whole entire outcome. Thank you, sis. Exactly. Exactly. Darnell speaks the truth and not bully anyone. Exactly. How could she get anywhere, says Lily, when they pick on everything or anything that she does? It's pathetic. And that's the whole point. And this is what I'm talking about, biases. You know, we are allowed to pick a side. You don't listen, I'm never gonna I don't care if it's a dog in the street. If I saw anyone getting, violated or getting attacked by a multitude of people, even as I'm walking on the street, I'm not one of those people that's going to pick up a phone like, oh, let me record this. No, no. If there's a bat nearby, then I'm gonna do something. Other than that, I'm 911 and I'm making sure that that I'm participating. I'm not going to ask the person that just got attacked, what did you do to get attacked? Now, if it's a one-on-one fight, maybe I'll let it go. If it's a two-on-one fight, I would most likely call 911. You know, because that's just not fair. That's just not fair, right? So I'm never going to be that. And again, this falls in line with if you see a homeless person on the street, right? You see a homeless person on the street and you see that they're hungry. Do you stop and ask them why they're hungry or why they're homeless? No. If you're prompted to give, you just give, right? So when it came to Carmen, the business and what happened with her ex-business partner, that wasn't my concern. I saw that she was being brutalized by a community of people. And so that's what drove me to help. I don't give a damn whatever happened back there. I don't give a damn if she was guilty of everything that you guys say she was guilty of. The fact that she hasn't been convicted of it and none of it has been substantiated doesn't give you guys the right to prejudge her and abuse her because you feel like hating somebody. She's not guilty of none of that stuff because you guys were never able to prove it. But even if she was, it doesn't give you the right to personally attack someone and take matters into your own hands and make their lives miserable and discredit their name and their business and their character before they are even brought in front of a court or a judge. That's not right. That's not right. Right, right. And that's what we do. If you would have ever been blocked from your fallen angel, trust me, Penny Nicole or whatever, it would have to be because of something that you did that was just terrible. But okay, okay, there you go. Okay, got rid of those two. Thank you. Did I did. Um, and Chef Carmen is on here. But yeah, so it's a matter of me standing up for something, and that's where I'm biased at. Like I said, there are social biases and there are personal biases. And just because I choose a side does not mean that I'm not a life coach. Just because I choose a side does not disqualify my credentials at all or my experience as a life coach. I'm gonna always be biased with the things that I believe in. My mom was an activist. My father was a true activist. They didn't know the people that they were fighting for, but it was a multitude of people. My mom was a black activist. She fought for social against social injustice. Yeah, she had the afro with the pick and the banner and all that stuff. She was on the front lines. That's what I mostly remember about my mom. Fighting to help people, taking people off the street, feeding people. When she barely had enough to feed us six kids as a single mom, she still took that and divided it to feed somebody else that she didn't know that couldn't feed her children. So everything that I do is an example of what I saw my mother and father do. Always help people. Always took in people in our home, and we slept on floors, and we all slept two to a bed and all that stuff. Had my mom not taken that position, we would all have our own bed, right? But because my mom helped people, and because I have a large family with cousins and everything, I never had my own bed. I never had my own room. But I'm okay with that because I'm better off for it. Look at who I have become as a result of my parents. I fight to help people. So I'm going to be biased. And you guys should be biased also. Choose a side. Life is black or white, not gray. It never is. Gray is not even a damn real color. We all stand for something, and in standing for something, we stand against something else. That's what we do. That's what we do. Hold on. Brenda Walker says, let me, she's on Facebook, guys. Says, let me explain to you. I watch in the bushes, and I'm a person that remember what a person says. Oh gosh, it keeps going. When a person says, then over there, if anyone believes anything they're saying needs to be in a straitjacket, right? Hey, Darnell. Darnell said, I'm not about to defend myself in no comment section. Thank you. If you were on my page, you'll already be gone. Nicole said, my dad was an activist. He was down with the Black Panthers. Right. My dad was part of the Black Panthers as well. Was friends with Malcolm X. My dad was too. Martin, yep, Martin Luther King. So I have it in my blood to stand up for what's right and what's wrong. Right. Right. Everyone has biases. We live by biases because our biases, whether we're biased or unbiased, is going to help us shape the future of the world. It's important that we pick a side. It's important for our children that we pick a side. Thank you, Chiquita. And so if you don't, I mean, and here's the thing: the people that are accusing me of being biased, they're on the opposite side doing the same damn thing. You know what? And they have a right to do that. You guys have a right to be on the other side. You have a right to be on the other side. But in your standing on your side, you cannot degrade. Well, it's not right. You can do what you want. But if you hear that you degrade a person that's on the opposite side of your truth, because your truth is your truth. Your truth is your truth. And I respect people who stand for anything, whether it's what I believe in or you believe in something else. I don't have to agree with your beliefs. That doesn't affect me in no way, shape, or form in my life. So I don't have a problem with people believing whatever they gotta believe. But if your truth, not your truth, if your actions, if you are going to take action and you're going to speak harmful words unjustly at people, words that destroy people's character, words that slander their name, things that actually hurt people. I'm a people person. I'm sorry. I'm biased all the damn way, all the way, because I'm going to always choose a side to help someone. I can't walk by and watch somebody get bullied all the time. I can't stand by and watch someone get hurt all the time. I don't mind them getting hurt 1 or 2 or 3 times. We all get hurt in life. But to see someone being deliberately attacked, that's not fair. And to let you have your way with the attack, that's not right and just. That's not a good character for me to even sit back and allow. So whatever I can do about it, if I feel that I can make an impact, that I can have an impact on it, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you, Sharon. Right. And God is on the right side, and the right side is a side that doesn't hurt anyone. Exactly. Exactly. So this, like I said, this is not about Chef Carmen, Tay, Rico, none of that. This is about choosing a side. And are you still a nurse if you're biased? Are you still a doctor if you're biased? Are you still a police officer if you're biased? You shouldn't be biased as a police officer because your job is to take your emotions out of it, or to take what you stand for out of it and just follow the law. So I guess as a police officer, you have to follow the law, and you can't judge. You just have to follow the code of conduct, the law, and bring them in and let them and allow due process. And that's what you so-called activists should be doing. Do things legally and allow justice to work, because it does. And if you guys believed it, you wouldn't be fighting so hard to tear people down and to get them locked up. Look how much effort you're putting into something. You're spreading lies. You're spreading slander. You're disturbing the peace of people who are still suffering from dead relatives. People who have passed away. And I don't believe, by the way, I think that was all a scam. But anyway, the point is that, you know, look, and then stop right there. You guys waiting for me to say something else. Dr. said, Lena, some of these hate groups need to go listen to Steve Harvey last remarks on Monday. He spoke the same word on bullying. Oh, you see, I don't even watch him. But he spoke the same word on bullying, and he said those hate people don't have a life. And he said, just ignore them. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that, but that's good to know. You do the same, Terrell. If Chef feeds the homeless, they have a damn problem. If she don't, they have a problem. Just with everything. It's just with everything. It's just with everything. Yeah. It's just with everything. So my whole point of being here is to let you guys know my supporters and those who are not my supporters. The various of bullying. I mean of being biased. It's not just one word. It's an umbrella for many different situations. Social bias, personal bias, belief biases, all those different things. Self-serving biases. So you can't discredit someone on being biased as if I'm supposed to just be biased in every damn thing that I do. No. I'm going to always stand for what's right. I'm going to always stand for what's true. I'm going to always stand in the gap for people who need it, and I don't judge what they did. Because if a person was a scammer, I would still defend them if they're being beat up by a mob of people. There's a justice system for that. And it's not like I'll defend and be like, yeah, then I'm scammed. No. My question would be, why are you beating them up? Who are you? There's a law in place for people like that. And you don't know for sure if they're a scammer. So if I were you, I would take it to the law and let them figure it out. These people are getting paid a lot of money to figure out things like that. And if that's what you're most interested in, then you should have went to school for that and became that particular profession. Internet business out of control, especially in our communities. Our social media office has Linda and do not see as much hatred and envy amongst other races and people. Child, you ain't saying nothing but a daggone word, honey. You got that right, Linda. That's some people, and that's objective, Jacqueline. But some people need to separate professionalism from friendship. Yeah, and if you're referring to me, I hope you're not referring to me because you don't know how I am as a professional versus friend. The good thing about me is that I'm a life coach, right? I'm a mindset coach, and I specialize in human and spiritual psychology. So even as a good friend, you get good stuff from me. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to separate business from that. I'm not going to put my personal opinion. First of all, I don't really have any personal opinions when it comes to other people's lives, personal lives, right? There's only a right way of doing something and a wrong way of doing something. And the wrong way makes you feel bad, and the right way makes you feel good. So I teach people how to fix their lives based on those feelings. You see what I'm saying? So if my friend, which I've had a couple of friends that actually hired me as a life coach, I did them good. My best friend of now 43 years, 43 years. I was just her coach 2 years ago. I still know how to guide people because I have a module. I have a certain thing that I do. I have a certain thing that I do. I have all these modules. I'm looking down here because I was about to bring my computer. I can't. I have all these different modules. As a matter of fact, I can show you guys that I go by when it comes to coaching. You see this? Coaching modules. Those are the different forms that I use. You guys can't see this because I'm using my phone. I have these different modules that I use for coaching, preparing for coaching sessions. This is goal setting, powerful communication, relationship coaching, passion coaching, solution focused coaching, character strength, mindset coaching, CBT, that's cognitive behavior therapy, depressive disorders, coaching resistance to change, people who change. You see that? That's what I do. So when it comes to mixing business with pleasure, you can't. Because when you're coaching, you have certain modules. A coach doesn't coach from a flying off the whim, just speaking out of nowhere. We coach through modules. If someone needs solutions, I have a solution module. Do you guys know what a module is? It's a program that I use a certain order and how to give people clarity. And I do it in a specific way. So I created an order. I created a module. I created a guide to help me and assist me in my coaching. So it's a formula to coaching. It's not just me saying, yeah, oh yeah, girl, you're right. No, it's not that. It's going through these certain things. As a matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, I even created this coaching module. These are coaching modules. You see that? And I'm because I have somebody's number on the bottom. You see that? You see that? I'm letting you guys see all of the different modules. You see that? You see that, guys? Those are modules. All right. So that gives you guys an idea of what I do when it comes to goal setting, action planning. Y'all see that? Goal setting and action planning. I create modules for that. Get this person's name off of here. Well, my information. This is goal setting. Look, goal setting. It's a module. Just so you guys know. Just to give you guys an idea. Okay. Let me get her. Got her. Zen is gone. Okay, so when you talk about separating professionalism from friendship, you have to know what you're talking about when it comes to coaching. You have to know what a coach does and how she does it. And every coach is different when it comes to their module that they create, because every coach creates a module for themselves with their particular niche in mind. Hold on. With their particular niche in mind. So not all coaching is guided in the same way. I created mine. I created my own mindset transformation booklet that goes through my whole that's intended to coach my whole 3 months. For my mindset programs is a 3-month program. And I have a whole module that change people's lives once they get through that whole program. I created that. It's signature, it's mine. Now, if anyone wants to come on a live stream, you can. You got to be respectful. I will be respectful. If you have any questions for me in regards to being biased or unbiased, in regards to being biased and unbiased, why I do this, why I do that. Any question that you guys have, you can come on live stream. And for you guys who are on Facebook, if you want, you can come over to Facebook. I mean to YouTube. Let me get back. If you want to participate in coming onto the live stream. So let me see what some of you guys are saying. I just posted a link for the YouTube. And all of you guys who are on YouTube, can you please like and share this live? I would appreciate it. And that's the whole point. Everybody says yes. Everybody makes up an excuse to bully. I haven't bullied a single person in these comments, but I see so much bullying and a live about it. You don't have to bully because people don't agree with you, right? Because someone was just speaking on this yesterday, says Tanji, how people are bullying Chef Carmen, and if she did do anything, what business is it of hers? Do not pay the bills of her. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let me see what you guys got here. Oh, I did, Terry. I did. I'm asking because I was just reading Dre Cummings' credentials as a life coach. She is the wife of a Pastor Evans. I don't know what you said about it, but one person's credentials as a life coach doesn't define another person's credentials. This is not bus driving or transportation jobs where everything is the same and it's the same rules. This is not the postal service where everything's the same. It's the same rules. This is not doctors or nurses where every doctor or nurse have to abide by the same rules and the same program. As a life coach, we get to define to define our programs, and we get to create our programs as conducive to what we are able to assist in any given area of life. And then you have religious coaches, and the religious coach is really a pastor. But I don't know. I'm gonna try and find your other question and see what that was. You're welcome, Stephanie. And I know they're not, but you know what? I'm a seed sower. I'm not here to teach anyone. I'm here to drop seeds, and it's up to God to water them. See, that's the thing. I am not attached to any particular outcome when it comes to my coaching. I am not attached to people getting it, because early on I would know whether a person is going to get it or they're willing to do the work or they're not. And I don't waste my time with anyone, even if they have paid. You are required for my programs to do all the assignments, because I have weekly assignments for all of my coaching clients. You have to participate in that. Yes, you have assignments and homework and action plans. If I see someone that's not doing that, you're not wasting my time, because I'm not going to have a bad client under my belt, because you're not going to change. So in instances like that, I don't refund the money, but I do give them a year to come back when they're ready, because I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste anyone else's time. Hey, Miss Eula, I'm going to be 81 this year. Hey, it's a no-brainer to pick a side, right? But you do need to know what's the right and what's the wrong. Miss Eula, 81 years old, have morals, have common sense, and some brains. Just a little bit of brains. I will never follow a bully, as that's a no-brainer. I love Tracy's video she did yesterday. Oh, well worth the watch. Okay. I love Lena, Lonnie, Chef, Carmen, Kay, Darnell, Penny, and all your followers. Thank you, Miss Eula. I appreciate that. She's on Facebook, guys. Um, I don't know who you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about, Kimberly. Simple LOL. What are you talking about? Explain. Oh, I was going back looking for what's her name's comment? East New York, to see what she was referring to. Hey, Billy. Oh, damn it. Hold on, guys. I keep freaking forgetting. Darn it. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Damn it. I keep forgetting to do this. Hold on, guys, please. Come on. Okay. I got too many things open on my computer. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay. Keep freaking forgetting to do this. Darn it. Darn and it. Okay. Lord. All right. Now. All right. Yeah, so I can't find that Eastern Kathy. Apparently you have the wrong person, as I was not here on the other night. Okay. Hey Vera, honey child. Why can't we all just respect each other for having differences? Veronica, your device, it says is not connected. So I can't bring you on until your device is connected. If anyone wants to come on, here's a StreamYard, and this is just to discuss this particular topic. You can come back on, Veronica. And let me go to my Facebook. I'm putting the YouTube link in the comments again and Facebook for anyone who wants to come on and join me on StreamYard. Yeah, it says your device is not connected again. Kathy Miller said 365. Yes, you were. Oh, because I commented on what you were saying again. Oh, okay. So we have Veronica. I'm gonna turn Facebook around so you guys can see. Let me get my food out the way because I didn't take my what's the name back. Turn this around. Okay. Hold on. Woo!
Hello.
Now, Veronica, I'm probably not going to be able to hear you, so I'm gonna have to fix it if I don't hear you. Can you say something so I can see if I need to fix the volume?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear you. This always happens. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I can't hear you. This always happens. Hold on. Oh wait. Okay, I can't hear you. This always happens. Okay, hold on a second. Let me try and fix this. Audio. Oh, are you there, Veronica?
I am.
Yeah. Oh, good. I can hear you now. Hold on. Perfect. Hold on. All right, Veronica, how are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm pretty good, thank you. What you have for me today?
Well, I don't want to talk about any subject matters except for the coaching process of it. All the other topics, I'll let you guys deal with that. My question is, and I deal more so in the ministry field. So my question is this: when you do your program, when you present your program to someone in life coaching, your expectations is to see growth, right?
Their expectations are to see growth. My expectations, I'm detached from the outcome. My goal is a positive outcome, but my expectation is guided by their expectation, and the growth, and of course, naturally growth would be, but it's always in connection to what they want.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so all right, so that is the same principle with teaching and encouraging people. Our main outlook is to see that person become a better person, of course, with them doing some work and making sure that they're staying focused. Mm-hmm. So when you don't see, let's say for instance, if I'm going to use my daughter as an example, and my daughter's like, "Mom, I'm coming to you because I want to." There are things in my life that I don't want to be in the same position that I am today. Mm-hmm. And if your program is 3 months, I don't know. I kind of came in on the last portion of it. So if it's just 3 months, mm-hmm. in 3 months of time, are you evaluating to see their growth? Are you to evaluate to see, oh, I can see a change in you from when you first started, like a 1 month assessment. And I can see that change in you. I can see even your tone has changed, your language has changed, your response to situations have changed. Do you go through that process?
Absolutely. And it's not just a matter of me observing, it's a matter of tracking. Because you came in on the last end, on the tail end of it, I don't know if you caught my coaching part and how and when I was just showing the modules to my coaching programs. I run several different coaching programs. You have clarity coaching, you have mindset coaching, which takes about 3 months, and anywhere from 3 months to a year. But I do it in 3 month increments, right? Because people grow, and people grow and change fast or slower than others. So it's not just an observation where, yeah, I see this and that and the other. I track it. So when someone comes to me, I have a whole folder. I have a whole file cabinet full of folders, right? And I assess all their needs, all their desires, what their ideal outcome is, right? Once I have that ideal outcome, now I create action plans, because my goal, I'm an expert at leading people to their desired outcome by coming up with a plan. So if a person wants to make, let's say, I don't know, $5,000 in the next month for whatever reason, and that's just for argument's sake, right? I come up with an action plan that's going to lead them to that. If a person wants to be in a better position at work, I have an action plan of things that they are to do that's going to lead them to that desired outcome. So it's the same thing as you and I creating a goal, a long-term goal, and saying, you know what, within a year's time, I want to have my book published. I want to buy this building that I've been saving up for, and I want to get a new car, or whatever it is that they want to attain, right? In order to do that, you have to have an action plan to do that. You just can't want it, you know what I mean? Because it's not going to come if you're not going to put the apply the principle to getting it, right? So I create action plans, things that people can do that's going to lead to the thing that they want, and I'm an expert at that. So with that action plan, of course, every month we go over where they were then versus where they are right now, what they have to work on now, because goals change. So what they have to work on now versus what they, have to obtain in the next month. So by the time that 3 or 6 month mark come, of course, it's a complete assessment of where they were versus where they are now. And if they end up at that 3 or 6 month mark, they should be exactly at their goal, because I'm an expert at guiding them there.
Okay.
So yes.
Oh, okay. Got you. So when I had a 12-month mentoring program, and one of the goals that for myself was to bring out their gifting, and not to try to make them be who I was or do the things that I do, but absolutely tap into what they were actually good at, where their passion was. That was a 12-month program that they had of mentoring. And what I loved about it is that I would be able to see how they look at each, and how they felt about themselves, first of all, because I think one of the processes that I had to go through, even within my own self, is to absolutely identify who I was as an individual and understand that I'm different than anybody out there. And these are things that we all know, and how God created us in different phases. But I think that, I guess my point of with the life coaching and versus therapy or anything, of course. And I had someone on my platform a couple of weeks ago, and he is a doctor, a licensed doctor that works in mental health with children, and I asked him the difference between a therapist and the difference between a life coach. And he brought that to me to a point to where I never even really thought about it that way. Whereas the therapy goes back into the past and bring you up into a place of today. And I never really thought about it like that. And then whereas a life coach takes you into the future. And I really, when I heard that, it just resonated with me to make me think, okay, so if a therapist is taking me through my past and bringing me back into this present time, and a life coach is moving me forward, I need to see change. I guess my thing is that when people go through these programs, is that even as the person that's giving it, we have to have enough compassion, I feel, and I'm not saying that you don't or anything. I'm just saying this in general, that we have to have enough passion or concern or empathy for one when we see that they're in this place and they're trying to move forward in their life and they're not moving forward, do we, as those that are speaking into their lives, do we sit back and say, you know what, there may be something else going on here to where we may need to go to the past to bring you to a present day in order for us to absolutely take you forward to where you need to be?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so my response to that is, and again, I don't know what part you actually came in, but I did explain life coaching. Life coaching, just like being biased, is an umbrella for different things. Just because I'm a life coach doesn't make me a maternity and wellness coach, right? You have all these different fields of coaching, okay? A life coach is not general. A life coach doesn't mean that we operate in every area of life. We have to have a niche, okay? Just like doctors have a niche. You have a what do you call it? Primary care physician, and then you have a nurse practitioner, which is more direct, or orthopedic, or a whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. So you are absolutely right when it comes to therapy and when it comes to life coaching. Life coaching focuses on moving forward, focuses on positive psychology. Okay, myself being a mindset transformation and empowerment coach puts me in a whole different area. Okay. I fall into the area of human and spiritual psychology. Now what I mean by that is I follow the same practices because I've been certified to follow the same practices that a psychotherapist follows, which is cognitive, which is CBT, along with a whole bunch of other different modules, cognitive behavior therapy. Now, as you stated, when a person comes to me and I see that they have other things going on that's blocking them from moving forward, I use the arrow effect. You cannot propel forward unless you go backwards, and that's how an arrow works. You put it like this, you pull all the way back, and then the momentum takes you forward, right? So we all have to visit our past when it comes to cognitive distortions or emotional blocks that are keeping us from moving into a space in our life that we have aspired to, right? So a lot of times when people are blocked and people are emotional blocked or people have things going on in the background, it's going to take me to go into that psychology part of myself, my training that I have, where I can actually tap into those emotional traumas, those childhood traumas, okay, those cognitive distortions, those distorted belief systems that keep them trapped in their current place and not helping them move forward in a healthy way. So me being a mindset coach, I'm able to do that because I have my certain my certain qualifications and certifications for that. Gotcha. Other coaches, let's say a health and wellness coach, they're not going to focus on what you did to destroy your body. They're going to focus on only moving forward because guess what? Life is happening now. Growth starts now. Start eating right now and you'll be better for it later on. For me, being a mindset coach, helping people think in a certain way that's conducive to the outcome they want to achieve. When it comes to your mind, you're dealing with childhood traumas, you're dealing with emotional blockages. So I have to go back, and I'm an expert at deciding what a person needs when it comes to that.
That was just my point, because I think for any of us that are doing that in any capacity, if we see that there has not been a change, for us to absolutely take steps back and say, you know what, this right here is a little bit deeper than what I anticipated, a little bit deeper than what I'm thinking that it is, and we may have to go in a different way, just like
judgment, right?
That. And so that's my only point in that, because like I said, when you're doing life coach and you're coaching someone, our main objective is to, if we're seeing this, is to see change and difference in people. And when we don't see that change, then we step back and we take an evaluation and we say, you know what, let's take another route with this to see if this is what's really blocking this person from moving forward in life, and actually not just speaking a change, but seeing the actual change in them. So that's basically my question. But thank you.
Absolutely, you're welcome, and I appreciate you coming on. But you're absolutely right. You have to see a change. Now, the only thing is this: people on the outside looking in will not see that change so fast, right?
Let me tell you this. I'm going to disagree with you. Okay. There's three principles in life that I've been taught. I was taught this very young, at a very young age with my grandparents. And then I heard it again through pastors. One thing is this, is that I can't make no one like me. That's one thing I know for a fact. One thing I know, I cannot make anybody like me. I have no control over what people say about me. I have no control over that. As a matter of fact, you know, we've made it common now to say that it's really none of my business what people say about me or how they feel about me. But the one thing that we control, that people see, is what they see us do. That's the only control that we have. And that's when people see that you are being a person that's bringing about change, or if people see you being a person that's showing love, if people see you being a person that's not causing strife, and you're not walking in envy or jealousy or whatever the adjective could be, we have control over what people see us do. And if people see Veronica still walking around acting like a Peter, and I'm telling people I don't act like Peter no more, and I haven't acted like Peter in 5 years, but every time they see me, I got a knife in my hand, then, you know, Veronica hadn't changed, you know. And so that would be my only difference in what you were saying, because once again, you can't make nobody like you. We understand that. We have no control over what people say about us. We understand that. But the only thing that can bring about a change where people see us is what they see us do. And if I'm online every day and I'm doing positive things, okay, so be it. If you're online every day and if you're directing people in the path, okay, so be it. If my daughter online every day fussing at somebody because it's taking them too long to play the game or here and that, then people are probably going to look at my daughter as somebody that just fusses all the time. So I think it's more important for us, even as a life coach, as a therapist, as a minister, or somebody that just encourages people. I think it's important for us to really just be at a place to where, okay, you know what? It's important that they see what you do. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Just allow the people to see the good in you. And then whatever they say about you, it won't match with what they see you doing. See,
okay, so go ahead.
No. I'm done.
Okay, so let me respond to that. So when you spoke about that, you didn't let me finish my thought, and that's why you're saying what you're saying. No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's just human. Don't worry about it. All right. So when I say that people, when people begin to change, it's not visible. It's absolutely 1000% factual. And let me give you a scenario. When we put an apple tree, now when I put an apple seed into my ground and I plant it, right? That seed has to germinate and grow that way, and before it grows this way. So the growth of that seed, or to even recognize that it was an apple planted, will not be visible until it's mature underground first, within, before it comes out, right? So you may see somebody acting a complete fool, right? And they just start going to church, right? Let's say that they're, selling their bodies, they're doing whatever, all this destructive behavior, right? And they just start going to church. Does that one day of church make them come out of there and be straight? No. Change takes practice. It takes time. I'm a mindset transformation coach. It doesn't take, now a person that is stuck in, really stuck in their ways and their beliefs, it's going to take more than 3 months for them to work out those beliefs, right? They're not going to immediately, after coming to me one time and say, okay, now I'm a changed person. That doesn't make sense, Victoria. Veronica. That doesn't make sense. People have to change all the way in order for the fruit to be seen. So you won't know I planted an orange tree unless the orange comes up. But again, the orange don't just come up. It has to go down. It has to do some work. It has to dig through some stuff, go backwards, go and germinate and get all the nutrients from down there before the fruit of it is evident that it's a healthy fruit, right? So we're going to all act a mess until true transformation takes place. And that's why I'm a mindset transformation coach. I understand that change takes time. And I understand that even in the midst of change, people are going to still drink when they're trying not to drink. They're going to still do drugs when they're trying not to do drugs. You never know what God is doing inside a person until that thing is fully, completely done. Once the completion of that thing is done, then you'll see the fruit of it. So I disagree with you on that when it comes to that, because I know, and we all should know, that change takes time. We all should know that. And as in the midst of us changing, it's no way for us to express any other behavior other than what we're full of the most. So as those behaviors start to balance out, that bad behavior becomes more and more down here, and that good behavior becomes more and more up here. That's the only time we're going to see that good behavior. So that's what I have to say about that.
I can agree and disagree on that.
That's fine. Yeah.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going. Mm-hmm. But here's and as they say, and I'm gonna go to my seat. I believe that when you are at, okay, like for me, because I honestly pray for people. I honestly want the best for everybody. I don't wish bad upon anybody. I do believe that what you sow, that shall you reap. I'm a firm believer in that. But at the same time, I'm saying that to say that when I've been speaking with people just recently, let's just say just recently, just speaking with people, strangers, people that I don't even know that may have crossed something that I've done, and I'm speaking to them and I'm encouraging them to do simple things, as is looking in the mirror and just see yourself as a new person, looking in the mirror and just calling out your name and just saying that I'm a new person today. I'm better than I was yesterday. I don't have to people. I don't have to the ways one person acts. I don't have to respond in that same manner. And see, that's growth for me. Even though what I do believe is that one thing you said that I believe and I don't believe. When God is doing a work on somebody, I'm going to tell you something. People will begin to see that work. I don't care if it has not bloomed to the fullness. When, like you said, when that seed has been planted, I may not see the fruit of it right yet, but now when I walk through it, I'm going to be able to tell you that that's an orange tree and not an apple tree. I may not see the fruit at that particular time, but I will be able to recognize, you know what? I can look by the branches of this and the leaves on this. This right here is going to be filled and full. And I know that simply because I was raised in the country and my grandparents taught me, how to seed and seed time and harvest and all that stuff.
Seed time and harvest.
Which I hated growing up as a child. But one of the things I remember that my grandfather would always tell me how to look at, you can always look at the root and see if it's going to, you can always look at the root, you can see the vine. And that it tells you if it's going to be able to produce something worth having, or if it, it's like, oh, it's not going to get, I'm not going to get that many this time, but it's there. And I think that's the part where you were talking about, you may not see it right then. It has to go through its process, but it will soon come. Go ahead. But the different part of it, I'm going to exit out, but I'm going to continue to listen to you.
That's okay.
But the different part of it is, for me, is that if I walk up on it, I know that is, and that comes from, I think that comes out of maturity and knowing what you have in front of you. But if I walk up on the apple tree, if I walk up on the plum tree, whatever tree it is, a fig tree, I have a fig tree. If I walk up on the fig, I understand right there that that's a fig tree. I know the difference between the two. But and what I'm saying is that if I'm starting out teaching someone, if helping someone, I should be able to tell the difference, even though I know that God, a lot of people, we don't know what God is doing on the inside of people. We don't know, but there should always be a sign.
Right. But again, that sign, only you would know, only I would know, but everybody else in the comments would not know. You're working with somebody, so you know the work that's being done. God is working with someone, so God knows the work that's being done. No one can determine the quality of a seed until that seed germinates and reaches the surface. I don't care if it's one apple or one orange. my point, and I think we're agreeing on the same thing, but you're disagreeing to some, because I agree with what you're saying, but you can't just walk up on, you can't go on you can't come into my yard and say what kind of seeds I have planted. Okay, I have a whole vegetable and fruit garden out there. Until you see them strawberries, that the strawberries are the only ones that's coming up. Well, actually, those are the blueberries, but everything else you won't be able to tell. So yes, wait a minute. So yes, I know. When I work with my clients, I see the work. But me having even a month worth of sessions with my clients, because that seed is still in the ground, that client may go out there and express the most dominant feeling that's still in them, because the true change haven't taken place yet. So we only express what's dominant in our life. We only express what's in our mental attitude. Okay. And while change is taking place, it takes balance. And none of us have the ability to see through a ground, only God, right? So I get what you're saying. I know.
Yeah, I meant like even.
Oh, okay, because we know. And that's why I was saying that you didn't let me finish before, because I was saying that the people on the street they will not know what's being done in a person. You may see a person foaming at the mouth, the most vile behavior. Even with that person, I'm never going to say, oh, that person ain't never going to change. No, I don't. Well, first of all, as a mindset coach, I already know that transformation comes through crisis. And when a person is acting out crazy or just doing something so vile or whatever, that could be a sign of transformation, because that energy has to be released somewhere. You see what I'm saying? It could be a sign of transformation. It's the same thing as when it rains and pours and things happen in our life, and then all these things start happening. What's the first thing that you tell people? Well, listen, it's raining and pouring. That means that God is clearing the way. That means that, he's getting everything out the way, because a better day is coming. You see? So that's the same thing that happens in life. So that's why I don't even judge people who are acting, vicious online. Their presence is necessary, because, change comes through crisis. So I have a certain respect for pain. I have a certain respect for crisis. I have a certain respect for trauma, because none of us change without any of those things. No one wakes up one day and says, oh, let me just go be a great person. No. If you pray for courage, you might have to jump in front of a bus to save a loved one, and that's going to establish your courage. You see what I'm saying? So it's all of those things that matter when it comes to true transformation. So that's all I have on that, but I appreciate your feedback on Veronica.
I will say this because our is different in certain areas, and I respect your teaching. I'm not here to try to change your method or anything like that. But this right here is what I want you to understand, and I want your people to understand this also, that people that follow you. But one thing I don't do is I don't put anything past God to be able to change anybody at any given point in time. I don't care what type of program I have, you have, or anybody else. I do understand that God can take. I've seen it. I've seen it. And I'm pretty sure some of your followers have seen it too. But I do know for a fact that when you really want to absolute change in your heart, and you've made up in your mind that this is the way that I want to go, I don't want to go that way anymore. And when you really honestly begin to release yourself to release your will and begin to get on His will, then is when God can come in, and I promise you, I've seen it even in my life.
Yeah.
It to where God can take that bitterness out of you and make you such a better person, and we don't have to go through 12-step programs. I've seen that we may not need additional help and additional encouragement. I'm not saying that, but I've seen Him do it. But
and you know what? He's done it in my life too. Well, it was I got to give myself credit, because I believe God is in me. I remember years and years and years and years, a couple of decades ago, I was smoking cigarettes, and I had a habit of smoking. Don't you know, it was the moment I decided not to smoke no more that I didn't even have a desire for the cigarette. And I mean that I didn't even need a patch or nothing. So I believe, again, I'm a mindset coach. When your mind is made up, your behavior change. But for most people, change takes time, because people are faced with resistance, that resistant part of them. The same way with addiction. When a person's body is used to alcohol and they decide to change, it's not that simple. They have to go through a detox. They start hallucinating. Their bodies go to sweat. It's a lot of pain involved, But for others, they're willing to go through that, and then change takes place immediately. So after I stopped smoking, no one saw me with a cigarette. That was evidence of my change. The same way someone who stops a bad addiction, the evidence is there. You can see those surface things. So it's just the intrinsic things that take a little time.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate you allowing me to come on, and I
appreciate you too.
And I hope I didn't come across as being confrontational.
I just at all.
Like to just I want to get an understanding of certain things, and so this right here helps a lot. So I really do appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You have a wonderful day, and feel free to come on my platform anytime. I respect the fact that you gave me a lot of respect and you let me talk, and we had a good dialogue back and forth. So I appreciate you nonetheless.
That's who I am. I try not to be that way. I don't agree with everything, and I don't agree with everything that's going on. But like I said before, I don't wish harm against nobody. I just want everybody at some point in time so we can all have a kumbaya and just say, okay, I'm so glad that this is over with, and we can all be on a page to where we're just encouraging and lifting up each other. Okay.
All right. So you have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Hi guys, Facebook. I'm right here, chat. I'm right here. Okay, so that was a very nice call. I love her questions, and that's the type of dialogue that I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to answer Kathy Brown's question. She says, "How many months do you give to determine if transformation is taking place?" It depends on what type of transformation you're talking about. If you're talking about an addiction, that depends on the person. To each his own. It's very objective. Subjective. When it comes to mindset, again, to each his own. Every individual is different. Some cognitive distortions are so embedded in people's brain. You know how they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks? You know what I mean? It's so embedded in their brain that, shoot, it may take them 2 and 3 years to really start getting things clearly because they have so many embedded cognitive distortions. You know what I'm saying? But now when it comes to surface things, those are easy to change. It just takes a matter of like addictions, like cigarettes and whatever addiction there is. That's just a matter of habits, because most addictions are formed through habits. You know what I mean? Except for, I can't say most of them. Yeah, there are some drugs out there, like whatever that daggone drug is that's making people all messed up in their heads. That's a chemical imbalance that causes different chemical things to go up in your body, which makes your whole life turn out terrible. Like that. But not that. So yeah. So it really just depends. But you can tell small changes in people. You can really start seeing surface changes in people when they're truly doing the work on themselves. But the problem is that the judgment of society expects people to change immediately. They expect that if you're still foaming at the mouth, you're not changing. That is not true. God works inside of all of us, and change takes time. So I'm going to still be a monster until I'm not a monster anymore. But that doesn't mean that change is not taking place in my heart. That doesn't mean that I'm not trying my damnedest not to be a monster. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Carmen. Cold turkey too. Yeah. You was able to stop sodas, cold turkey. Right. And those are just surface changes. And the way to get rid of those addictions is to just form of habit of not giving into your addiction, into your cravings, right? But when it comes to life transformation, when it comes to mindset transformation, I give belief programs, group coaching on belief change, and that can run up to 3 months, because a person can't change their perspective for the betterment of their life in a couple of sessions of coaching. Nicole said, "Thank you, Ms. Veronica, for coming on the live and bringing your perspective openly and honestly." Yes, I appreciate it. Hold on. Okay. When Kathy Hoskins, yes. When I quit drinking Pepsi, I literally went through withdrawal symptoms like a serious addict. Wow, I ended up in hospital. Lies, and haven't drank soda since, except ginger ale if I get sick. Oh my gosh. Latanja, how much Pepsi was you drinking in a day to get to that point? I'm not laughing. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm speechless. You was hospitalized because of the withdrawals. But then again, I can probably answer my own question. You know, soda is a terrible chemical, and it reacts in us differently. So what may be, light for me can be harsh for you. So I just answered my own question. But wow, I've never heard of that, and thank you for sharing that. I just gained another brain cell. Hmm. Right. Right. She came up respectfully. We both listened. I have to work on more listening than responding. You know what I mean? So I'm working on that. You see, growth. I'm listening more. I'm letting them get it all out. Because trust me, I'd be like, but no, it's not necessary. It's the sugar, says Stephanie. Ounce of sugar net. It's addictive in caffeine. Yes. That was a wonderful exchange, says Allison. Absolutely, it was. It absolutely was. I'm going to put the StreamYard in here one more again for anybody who want to come up and give their take on transformation, change, bias, unbiased, what I do as a life coach, the difference between a life coach, a therapist, and a psychotherapist, all those things. You drank at least 12 packs a day? Oh, wow. That soda's so good, though. Oh, my God, it's so good, but wow. Well, that would explain it. Roberta says, yes, and coming off of it gives you extremely bad headaches. I stopped sweet tea, cold turkey, and didn't think I was going to make it. You thought you was going down, Roberta. Oh, my God. You see, it doesn't matter about it. Addiction is addiction, man. What's mild to us is really serious to someone else. It really is. Love, you know what? Pepsi, I used to love Pepsi. I love Coca-Cola. Man, get a nice ice cold Coke. Let me not bring all you guys back into your addiction. Yeah, I'm not drinking Coca-Cola anymore. Well, I probably will once in a while. I haven't in about a week or two. So I have Lady T on the line. Hi, Lady T.
Hi, Lena. Good morning,
How
everybody.
are
Well, actually,
you?
afternoon. I'm
Good
not great. I'm
afternoon.
not great. It says Lady T, but my name is actually Latanya. But I just wanted to come
Latanya.
on. I'm the one who said they drink the 12 Pepsis a day.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
Hey.
came in because I'm actually I actually have a life coach because of my temper.
Oh, so you know the value of a life coach.
Exactly, and I actually was only seeing her once a month. But
Wait
when
a minute. You was
COVID
breaking.
hit,
You was breaking up. You was breaking up.
okay,
What
I'm sorry.
happened?
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you better.
Okay. I was only seeing her once a month. But when COVID hit, the office I was working in, of course, they shut down. I'm in the medical field as well. I've been in
Mm-hmm.
since I was 19. I'm 51 now.
Mm-hmm.
So I started out as a CNA. I've been a phlebotomist full time for 25 years.
Oh,
So I've
good.
gone
Good
through
job.
all of the emotions of dealing with patients, working with different types of people, and of course, you know, I had like daddy issues, those type of things, all those type of things. So I was seeing I started off with a therapist, and honestly, I felt like the therapist wasn't working for me because all they wanted to do was feed you medication.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good on popping pills, so I found my life coach. And what I like about her compared to what you do is y'all are both similar. She lets me just get it out. You understand what I'm saying? Because when COVID hit, my job had to transfer me to working into a hospital setting where I went from dealing with maybe 50 people a day to now I'm dealing with almost 250
Oh.
in a 10-hour shift. So my whole work, when you work with a bunch of people, and first of all, like I said, I'm 51. Most of the people I work with are my children's age, and they tongue slick. And my attitude mixed with their attitude was not meshing. And I had the attitude of, child, you my child's age. Don't make me kick you in the back of your knees and bring you down.
Oh,
You know what I'm
wow.
saying? And see, my sons are over 6 feet. I'm only 5'4". My
Yeah.
sons, I have 3 sons that are over 6 feet, and I didn't play that.
Mm-hmm.
I done talked to Chef and Tay. I didn't even volunteer to be their security when they come up here, up to the DMV. I used to be
Yeah.
a
Oh,
bounce,
I
a
remember
bounce,
that.
about. I used to be a bouncer in the evening. So I've done what I had to do. I have 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? Single
Mhm.
mother. I did what I had to do. So once I found my life coach, she was able to help me. And I have learned that if you just get it out, if they just let you get it out without trying to tell you how to live and let you express it and get it
Mhm.
off your chest. One thing I learned that it stopped me from having migraines all the time. I stopped drinking the soda because, like I said, when I would wake up, I have to be to work at 4:30 in the morning. That's the first thing I drank before I even brushed my teeth. I would have to drink a soda because that headache, it was a trigger, knowing I had to go to work and deal with these type of
Yeah.
people. I would instantly
Yeah.
start drinking caffeine, and by the time I got to work and started my day, I would drink, and then you have to deal with like different personalities, different attitudes. So you have to, life coaches. I don't care what anybody say. To me, they're better than therapists. They're better than
Yeah.
psychologists because a therapist, they can't, like how you talk, how you allow people to talk and just get their frustrations out. Most therapists are not gonna let you do that. Now, like I said, I was going to a therapist, and one thing that I noticed that whenever I expressed myself, was that it was with cussing, because like I said, my tongue's slicker than a can of oil. I cuss like a sailor. I'm a military kid. I've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And soon as you're ready to, soon as they see you cussing, or you get upset, they want to put you in a hospital.
Yeah.
They don't see that as just frustration, or built up frustration or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or they want to pop medication in you, and medication does not do anything but cloud your mind.
Yeah.
So for me, our life coach is a whole lot better, and I appreciate the fact that it was just a smoother transition. Now, honestly, I do see now. I texted her a little while ago because I'm going to need some help this week. My son was on his way home from work, and somebody hit him while he was walking, hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
So right now he's in his room, all taped up, bandaged up,
Mm.
and I have to take off to take care of him. But I'm gonna need to, I'm gonna have to take. I'm gonna have. Oh God, I'm about to start. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to deal with the fact that I just found out and somebody hit him that time of morning, kept going and left him on the street.
Oh my
So
God. It's terrible. I'm sorry about that. Mm.
I don't care what anybody say. Life coaches is better. That's really wanted to tell you. I appreciate. I
Well,
watch
I
you, Steph and
appreciate
Tay.
that.
It's just a better way of going about it because you can get your feelings out without the fear. I don't know. I've been in therapy for quite a while, but I noticed that every therapist that I went to, the first thing they want to do is try to put you in a hospital or medication. Oh, this
Yeah.
gonna make you feel better. No, it doesn't make you feel better. It hides the problem.
It hides the problem. It puts a band-aid on it, and the band-aid doesn't even
Exactly.
work. It's not even effective.
Yeah,
It
and the
basically,
bandage leaks the entire time.
right. Right. Well, I
So I'm having my
appreciate you.
therapy at 3:30.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I appreciate you and thank you for coming on, sharing that, validating, and life coach, because life coaches are very, very powerful, very, very effective, and very powerful. And so I
Especially if you got
appreciate
one that's
you.
spiritual too. I don't mean you have to go to
Oh,
church every
yeah.
Sunday because I don't go to church every Sunday, but I am
Right.
spiritual. I know there's a higher power. I do pray,
Oh, yeah.
and I
Oh,
pray for
yeah.
other people. And really, I know, like earlier, I was on Facebook before I jumped on YouTube. I need to be mindful to come to YouTube first because you had some people in your chat, but I was getting ready to tear into them.
You don't need to get involved in that energy, honey. You need that good
Yeah,
energy to
but you know
heal.
what? That's what I'm saying. I was already angry, so
Yeah.
when I was seeing the comments, I was like, who they talk? Why they talking to her like that? Because I've been watching you. I've been
Oh,
silent, but I've been
Yeah.
watching because I watch
Aw.
Chef and Tate and Darnell, and you know, I listen to Vera is my
We love
spiritual
it.
child. Yeah, Vera. You know, I listen to all this stuff, and when I see when I see Chef and them get bullied, and I'm like, man, they just need to be around me. They wouldn't have to do nothing because I know I know my triggers. I know how to stop them. Y'all teach us that stuff.
Yeah.
Therapists don't do that. They just want to medicate.
Right. And that's the difference.
And
Life
see,
coaches don't
and you know,
talk about
I'm in the field, so I know what it's about. It's about that dollar bill.
mm-hmm.
It's about
Yeah.
that dollar bill. They just trying to make money for the pharmacies. They're
Mm-hmm.
not trying to heal your mind. They're trying to make money.
Right. Right.
So
Well,
I'm gonna
I
close this thing,
appreciate
y'all,
you, girl.
and I'm gonna go back into watching. And
Well,
everybody
thank
that
you.
I see all the people saying they praying for me and my son. I appreciate it. And Nicole, I think she's one of your moderators. Tell her thank her, and I'm praying for her son as well. I mean, praying for
Mhm.
whoever she's going through that type of situation too. Because
Yeah.
I did not know. I did not find out until the police showed up at my house that this is happening a lot lately. That people are just being
Yeah.
hit and people taking off. I did not
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
tears are streaming. My son's his shoulder is broke. They
Oh
hit
my
him so
God.
hard his shoes went on both sides of the street,
Oh my Lord.
flipped him up
Mm.
into the air. So his eyes black, everything. He got
Well, I am praying for a
lacerations in
speedy
his head.
recovery.
It's a mess. Yeah. So there's no more
I'm
walking.
I'm praying for a speedy recovery. Recovery. You keep positive. You
I
keep
will.
positive. Positive vibes, positive energy is going to contribute to his healing faster than the anger. And I know the anger is there and all that stuff, but you know what? You just have to try and be positive, and you have to make sure that when you're around him, well, you're always around him, that
Yeah.
you're giving, that you're loving every part of his body spiritually. I mean, seriously, you go to
Yeah.
him, and whatever part that you see that needs fixing, you say mentally in your head, or even out loud, you put love, you put your hand over that part, and you just send light, like envision a light coming from your head, from God to your head through your hands, and you just say love, I love you, healing and love in every part of his body that's messed up from that accident. That will help him more than anything. Well, of course, he's gonna need therapy and all that other stuff too, but that will
Yeah.
contribute to his healing by staying positive, and instead of being sorrowful going in, because I know as a parent you can't help but to feel bad and to feel downward in your energy, but healing feeling sorry for him and all those things, even though it's a mother's love, I understand it, but that's not going to serve him. You really got to try and raise your vibration whenever you are around him as much as you can. Lean into
That's what.
God, lean into everything good, and knowing that all things work together for good. And when you're there, that sorrow, try to stay away from it, because when you bring it to him, you contribute to his pain. When you
Yes.
bring him, when you come to him with love, you contribute to his light and his healing, because love
That's
heals all things. So you
that's
got
one
to
thing I
keep
didn't
yourself
do is I didn't let him see me
good.
cry. I did not let him see
Good.
me cry. I waited till I medicated him and put him to bed. Then I came in and had a big old boo-hoo because I've
Yeah.
never seen him
Yeah.
like. And plus, he's small. I don't even think he's 140 pounds. So
Yeah.
it was
And you're
it was
gonna
just a
cry
lot.
so bad, but and cry in private. Go out of his room and cry. Let all that energy out, all that emotions. You come back to him when as much as you can, and try to fill your heart with love and with all the things that he used to do, all the running he used to do, all the walking he used to do, anything that he used to do where he was in his best self. You want to contribute that energy to him, because that's reminding his body energetically, spiritually, what it's capable of, and it's
Okay.
capable of complete healing.
Okay.
Right. So thank
Thanks,
you so
guys.
much, Lady T. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful day.
Thanks, guys. I see all the prayers. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So I am going to wrap this up because I have to go to Walmart, child. Yes, you have the power to help him in his healing. Yes, as Alicia Starr, I see him whole and perfect. Light of God surrounds him now. Yes, those are the type of things that have to happen when you have someone in crisis. You know, I tell people all the time, my family knows this too. When if something, God forbid, was to happen, don't tell anyone that can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that's emotionally driven by this type of trauma, I don't want that around me, because I need people that are faith, that have faith. I need people around me that understands the power of healing, and I need people that around me that is not going to take a doctor's word for anything. I need people around me that's going to supersede a doctor's word and say, no, that's not what's going to happen. She's going to get up, she's going to walk, she's going to live. And I need those kind of vibes. So it's important to be that way. Roberta says, my God, on today, I needed to hear that, Lena. My 7-year-old witnessed his daddy pass away from a massive heart attack at the age of 5. He's been struggling with PTSD and anxiety and missing his dad. I need to do that with him. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I'm coming out with a kid's book in regards to death. So wow. I'm sorry to hear that for you. Mom is dealing with breast cancer removal. I thank God she's cancer free. Good. Nicole said, Lena, I put a yellow watermelon yesterday. I'm about to eat it. Yummy. Yes, it is good, Nicole. Okay, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this live. I appreciate it. For those of you who have not liked and shared, please like and share my live. I didn't ask you for anything this whole time. I don't ever ask you for anything except for the like and share the daggone live. Just share it and share it and share it and share it. And the best way to support me is through my subscription. On YouTube is $4.99. I preferably on YouTube and also on Facebook. Okay. I'm going to give you guys updates about my 2 book releases, Suicide in the Soul, and also the contract Life and Death by Design. I'm going to get that together either today or tomorrow and let you guys know the status of those pre-launches and also the pre-order. All right. So, but thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye. Let me end it here.